Hey there, I'm Olivier. I'm in the Solomon Islands right now. We're shooting the film Studio Talaconia, and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the rig that I'm using to actually do the shoot. So what you got here is basically a bit of a setup of different things and partially customized for my own use. So I'm using here in front a Crocel matte box to have like a couple trays. I have my polarizing filter and a soft grad. The main thing with this rig is the shape stuff that I'm using. So Shape is actually a company that I discovered a couple years ago, and I've been doing a lot of shoot with their gear, and I gotta say I don't think I found anything that is kind of equal to this in the business. For usability, for speed of adjustments and everything, and for durability as well. I feel like it's kind of the best thing out there. Is what's called the paparazzi, that handle over here, and that allows me to suspend it over with my easy rig, or when I do lower shot I can have and carry it from the top up, and that gives me like the possibility of walking around and keep doing like low shots near to the ground, and I've got quite a good stability with that. Now the other thing that I really love about this rig is the handle system here, and that's the design of Shape, which is awesome. It's the fact that you can easily, just by pressing a button, release and put the handle exactly where you want it to be. So you can set a shot on the ground, turn the handle exactly the way you want them to be, and you can frame your shot this way. So it's really helpful. It's quick, fast, durable. It's awesome. The other thing that I really like is the follow focus that Shape makes. And see how fast it was to actually take it off? So it's actually a clamp system that goes on the rod. So you just take that, put it on the rod, boom, you're set to go. So that's really cool. The shoulder pad, light for me, but just perfect to have it on my shoulder. And to me, that was kind of the best setup for shooting on a 5D Mark II. It just gives me the added weight, the added stability, durability, and the last thing that maybe I should point out is I'm using small HD DP4 as my monitor, and I kind of customized my Shape rig by adding up a little piece of metal out here that gives me exactly the good distance for my monitor to be right in front of my face, so I can do shoulder stuff and I have the monitor right in front of my face. So it's very handy. I can easily flip the monitor up and down to do top shot, bottom shots, so that's very handy that way. So there you go, you've got the setup, and that's with all the great gear from Shape that we were able to do that film Studio Talaconia.
How it is to travel with this, what goes into that?
Yeah, the great thing about this whole rig is the fact that Shape designed it so that it's actually, you can take it all apart. So as I do a lot of traveling and I go on many shoots around the world, what I really love is the fact that you can actually take it all apart and it fits in your suitcase extremely easily. Every piece is independent. You can just undo that and pull the shoulder pad out, and that's it. It's a one piece on its own. Then you can undo the next part, and all of a sudden you've got this handle comes off too. So basically everything is customizable. Everything is, you can take apart easily, and you can travel with it really quick, really easily. And the best thing after this is how quick it is to set it up. I've been shooting now for over 50 days in this environment, and I haven't had a single problem with the Shape gear. There's not a single spot of rust on my entire rig. It's, I mean, alright, it may be a little bit dusty now, but all I gotta do is wipe it off and it'll be just like brand new.
And you only use it with SLR cameras.
So the other great thing about this rig is, how customizable it is. And right now, as you can see, I'm using it with a Canon Mark II, 5D Mark II. But if I remove this handle here, this is exactly the same rig that I would use on a bigger camera, like a Sony F3, or I could use it on other Panasonic equipment, because it would fit exactly at the same spot. Then having different rods of different length here that's very easy for me to just move my mat box up and down and have them fit exactly whatever model of camera that I want to fit on there. So it's extremely customizable, and yeah, it just works for all the cameras that I work with.
What happens when you're working with sound?
Okay, so I think Shape really thought about everything on this rig. This being used these days a lot with the DSLR cameras, you've got to think about sound differently, right? So a lot of times in my experience, we shoot double system with a separate sound man, but we need to have sound coming into the camera. And for this, there are on this rig several places where I can actually put a receiver to receive sound. As you can see right now, I've got my receiver right on the camera, and that connects to the 5D down here. Now that's one place that I could put it here. But I can also easily, if I don't want it here because it's in my way for whatever reason, I can take this off and Velcro it here to the back of the shoulder pad, because you have that nice little flat spot over here where you can actually Velcro things. They also, I don't have it right now with me, but Shape makes an extra box here at the end where you actually can put battery packs or other receivers, wireless receivers. So that's for wireless receivers. The other way you could also get sound is now with the Zoom H4n and the Tascam. Those are different things that you can use to record sound independently. I can easily have one of those two little recorders sitting right here on my shoulder pointing out, which records great ambience because the camera mic is not great. So if I've got it sitting here on my shoulder, I've got sound recording that way. I've got a stereo ambience of everything that I do. Obviously it's not for an interview, but for B-roll it's just perfect. For me, basically what takes the longest is being able to switch batteries quite often and fast. And that's one of the great things with this rig is if you look at it this way, see how narrow it is under the camera, which is nice because that way the battery pack is right here. All I gotta do is flip it open. I don't have to take anything off the rig. Press the button, battery's out, change battery, I'm back into working condition. So for that, it's extremely fast, and that's nice to have it all in a, like, don't have to touch anything, right? And with that little customization of having the DP4, the small HD monitor here on the side, that's also very easy to have access to the batteries in any kind of situation. Let's say I'm shooting here, I adjust my monitor, have it in front of my face, I can remove my batteries easily, or if I do a top shot and I look down on the monitor, there you go, I can have access to my batteries as well. So all round, for this camera, I think this is the best setup I've found out there.